So we're about to go live, and then I'm going to exit out so it doesn't make the lovely noise. Okay, we're about to go live, and then all right. So let's. Okay. Ariana, you should be all set. We should be all set now. So.
All right, everyone. I'll call this meeting to order at 1:07 p.m. Secretary Reed, can you call the roll?
Yes. Nathan Scott.
Here.
Ariana Reed.
Here.
Shira Bolden.
Here.
Connor Peters.
Here.
Sean Peters.
Here.
Connor Busick.
Here.
Luke Armstrong.
Here.
All right. Eli Trimmer. Maria Mills.
Here.
Nick Schultz.
Here.
Trevor Mule. Okay. Tate McCoy.
Here.
Seth Nidell.
Here.
Charles Anderson.
Here.
Clark Thomas. Brett Shanks. Jonathan Dishman.
Here.
Cade Cortez. And Mickey Pulliam. Okay.
And do we have quorum?
You said 7, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. So next we'll have the adoption of the minutes. Without objection, those get adopted. And then we'll have the adoption of the agenda. Without objection, it gets adopted. Okay, next we'll have committee reports. Eli Trimmer sits in his report for capital projects.
So he doesn't have much to report, but he said that there's not enough information for any of the projects specifically, but he will be releasing a document with project information to all the senators and to e-board members with project statuses. That is all he had to report.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to Mickey Pulliam, ADA Committee.
They are not present.
Okay, and so Brett Shanks is not present, but he did send me his report. He has the list of AEDs for campus, which is severely lacking. He believes that there's only in buildings for sports in 2 police cars. He's still working on getting a list for first aid kits, and hopefully we'll be able to get that before the end of the semester. And that was all that he had to report on that. So now we'll move on to report from Hannah Berry, student governor.
I just have 2 things to report today. One being I just sent the link again in our SGA email chain for people to take the survey to nominate a faculty group and department for Griff's Give Back. And please fill it out because I have no other responses at the moment. And secondly, the next Board of Governors meeting is December 3rd at 1:30 p.m. if you'd like to join in on the Zoom call. Just thought I'd make that available early.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Governor Berry?
Doing it now.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to Sean Peters, Director of Finance.
I have nothing to report this week.
Okay. We'll move on to Connor Peters, Director of Public Relations and Marketing.
Hi, everyone. So earlier in the week, I made a post kind of to raise awareness for the Senator Hageman Zoom event. And so that was, I believe, Monday afternoon when I did that. The next day on Tuesday, I tabled in Blum for 1.5 hours, and I gave away some SGA promotional items. And I also kind of raised awareness for the giveaway that we're doing, which ends tomorrow night. And I'm very grateful for Senator Pulliam's help on that. They were with me and helping table for that entire duration. So I think the tabling was a big success, and we got a lot of student interest there. I also communicated with Hannah Piaski and Jessica Froge on getting the banners and the pens approved, and those are at last being ordered. So glad to have those finally on the way. And then finally, I'm collecting data on our follower growth over our social media platforms from this semester, just kind of to see our strengths and weaknesses and find out what we can do second semester to be even more successful. And that's all I have to report.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Director Peters? All right, we'll move on to Luke Armstrong, Director of Give Back.
Hi, I unfortunately don't have anything to report this week.
Okay. We'll move on to Connor Busick, Assistant Director of External Relations.
Hey everyone, I don't have much to report this week. Just wanted to thank everybody who was able to make it to the Talking Politics with Senator Dan Hegeman event. It actually exceeded some of my expectations on our first Zoom event. It even caught the attention of St. Joe News Press, and it was featured not only on the 5 o'clock news, but also it made a front page of the St. Joe News Press along with Director Peters. So it was good to get that publicity out there for the SGA, let them know that we're still doing events. As for the future, we'll be looking into more diverse sort of Zoom events instead of just something politically based. We'll probably go into something more oriented to somewhere local, try and get out there so more students can be involved. And that's about it.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Director Busick? All right, we'll move on to Jashira Bolden, Director of Student Involvement.
I do not have anything to report this week.
Okay. And then we'll move on to my report. So hello, everyone. I did want to make sure you guys are aware that this will be our last Senate meeting for this semester, considering the final starts next Friday. And we don't hold meetings during finals week, which is very convenient. But other than that, I really don't have anything else to report. Are there any questions for me? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the President's report.
Hello, everyone. So this is our final week of this first semester. It's been a very fast semester, I think, although also being kind of slow in its own way. It's been an interesting year. As we're winding down for the semester, there's not a lot that's really going on, but we did release our Student Government Association end of semester progress report. And I'd like to share my screen, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Brianna, would you be able to? I think if you click the three dots on my name on Zoom, you should be able to click and make co-host. And if you can't, then we'll just do something else. Oh, I think I see it. All right, let me share my screen real quick. All right, and then share screen here. All right, so as you can all see here, I have my, I have this graphic here. So, the first main area is student engagement. So, SGA has been hard at work finding ways to engage with students in a safe manner so far this year. SGA has had fantastic success hosting 2 events, which had over 200 attendees. This is a major boost in engagement from recent history. And so we had summer gratification with 200 plus attendees, and we had football watch party with 200 plus attendees, which were, in my opinion, extremely successful. And then making SGA work for you. Of course, a little bit of review. We did the Financial Freedom Reform Act, which we believe will be very successful at its goals. And then establishing the Health and Safety Committee. And then on transparency and communication, this is really important. we had great engagement on social media. As Connor's reported before, 1,350% increase in engagement on Twitter over last year, 15% follower growth on Twitter, 5% follower growth on, or I guess like growth on Facebook, and 26% follower growth on Instagram. That's very good. We established C-SPAN for Senate. Hello to everyone that is watching this live on YouTube. And then we've been releasing weekly press releases, posts on social media. And then in terms of investing in our campus community, we have done many things. So $50,000 has been allocated out of the SSA account for upgrading and refurnishing Blum Union lobby. $20,000 has been invested out of the SGA account for Griffin Media. We have $15,000 that we're looking at for Baker Fitness Center that's soon to be done and put in place. And then $8,000 for technology upgrades to Blum, PDR, the place where we've been meeting. And then $5,000 is going to be allocated very soon for about $5,000 for campus crosswalk safety improvements. And so, there's a lot of stuff that we accomplished this semester, and I'm really proud of all the work of our executive board and of our senators. And so I am very grateful for all the work and time and dedication that you've all put into it. And yeah, so that's basically what I have to report for this week. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any questions for President Scott? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-19, removal of Cade Cortez as a senator. An NWSU Senate bill to confirm the removal of Cade Cortez from the 2020-2021 MWSU SGA Senate, whereas he has resigned from the position of senator in the SGA Senate, and therefore we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to confirm the removal of Cade Cortez from the 2020-2021 MWSU SGA Senate. Therefore, let it be finally enacted that copies of this bill be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature. Sponsorship speech from President Scott.
Hello, everyone. So I think this bill kind of speaks for itself, so I'll let it speak for itself. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We will move on. Okay, to Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-20, an MWSU Senate bill to appoint Josiah Smetting as Chief of Justice, whereas the SGA President has appointed Josiah Smetting as Chief Justice, and whereas they meet all the requirements for the position. Therefore, we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to confirm the appointment of Josiah Smetting as Chief Justice. Therefore, let it also be enacted that copies of this bill be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature. President Scott.
Hello, everyone. So we need to have a Chief Justice. That's one of the constitutional requirements we have, and so we've opened up the interview process where we had applications, and after review and after recommendations from faculty members, we have decided that the pick for this administration for Chief Justice is Josiah. He is awesome. He is very smart, and he is has some really cool ideas. So I think Josiah is in the Zoom call, and so I'm gonna pass it off to him to let him kind of introduce himself and talk just a little bit. So Josiah, are you there?
I am here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and do everybody a quick favor and pronounce my last name. I know it's a mouthful. So I'm Josiah Schmetting. You can ignore the C in my last name, just Schmetting. And I am a junior year history student. one of the last few coming through the program, and I am pretty excited about the prospect of joining SGA. I went to a lot of the meetings last year. I haven't been to so many this year. It's been a very busy semester, but I do know that you guys need a Chief Justice, and that is kind of the perfect role for me. I'm a prospective law student, so there's a lot of interest I have there. And I also was I was following the election process last year very closely, and that's kind of where my interest comes in. That was a bit of a contentious election season, if anybody remembers that. And I think there's a lot of room to kind of clean up some of the rules, maybe make things a little more clear, make the spirit of the rules easier to follow. So that's kind of where my focus will be if you guys approve me. And that's about all I've got for now. So if anybody has any questions or wants to engage with me, my email is always open, and I am here now.
Awesome. Thank you, Josiah. So that's all I have to say on that. So I yield back.
Okay, are there any questions for either President Scott or Josiah? All right, we'll be moving on to the next order of business, will be Senate Resolution Fiscal Year 21-4 to thank Interim President Elizabeth Kennedy. An MWSU Senate resolution to recognize and thank Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy, Interim University President, for her leadership. Whereas Dr. Kennedy has graciously accepted the enormous responsibilities of University President, and whereas she has been an outstanding leader which has guided MWSU through an historic and unprecedented global pandemic. Whereas her leadership has allowed Missouri Western to complete a successful and safe semester in spite of challenges related to COVID-19, and whereas she has been a fantastic stabilizing force for the university, and whereas she has been a fantastic partner to the SGA, actively listening, engaging, and working towards the benefit of students, and whereas she has helped to solidify a stronger and better future for Missouri Western. Therefore, we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby resolve to recognize and thank Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy, Interim University President, for her leadership. Therefore, let it be finally resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piowski, Dean of Students, for signature, and a copy of this resolution, along with the card, shall be sent to Dr. Elizabeth Kennedy. We'll have a sponsorship speech from Tate McCoy.
Yeah, so Elizabeth Kennedy is a very, very good president so far, especially considering what's gone through all of COVID, especially with our previous president kind of up and leaving at a really unexpected time. And I will allot the rest of my time to President Scott.
Hello, everyone. So yeah, I think it's important to recognize good leadership, and it's also important to recognize, the work that President Kennedy has had to do during this turbulent time, and it's, in my opinion, very good to reinforce good traits with positive reinforcement. And I think this president has been able to really stabilize the university, really navigate us through a kind of troublesome time. And so I think it's good to recognize, when we had that kind of leadership, especially when compared to some previous examples. So I think it's really good that we can pass this resolution, that we can really, reinforce good leadership at Missouri Western. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I did want to add that I definitely agree. President Kennedy has been amazing to work with and a great partner for students in SGA. So I really enjoyed having meetings with her and having that collaborative back and forth between SGA and herself. Are there any questions for either President Scott or Tate McCoy? All right, no questions.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
yes.
can I go? So seeing as all these are pretty self-evident, I would ask for unanimous consent to all two previous question these.
Okay. So if there are no objections to the unanimous consent, we're gonna go ahead and do a roll call vote for these pieces of legislation to get approved. So Secretary Reed, can you call that vote?
I think you're muted.
Okay, I was asking, am I doing it for each individual one or is this for all of them all together?
We're considering them all together. And then if anyone has any like votes for no, they can specify if they would like to consider the legislation individually.
Okay. So starting with Maria Mills,
Aye.
Nick Schultz,
Wait, yes? Say aye. Aye. Voting. Sorry.
you're fine. Jet Trimmer, is Jet not in here? Okay. Trevor Mule,
Aye.
Tate McCoy,
Aye.
Seth Nidell,
Aye.
Charles Anderson,
Aye.
and Jonathan Dishman.
Aye.
Alrighty.
All right, it looks like those do indeed pass. Thank you guys. I'm glad that we could get those passed as our last meeting for this semester. And yeah, I think that that was great that we could go ahead and get all of those handled today. So does anyone have any topics for open discussion?
I just want to say congratulations to Josiah for becoming our Chief Justice.
Yes, congratulations, Josiah. We can give you a virtual round of applause. And I'm sure I can speak for myself and President Scott that we're excited to see how you perform your duties in this position. We're very excited for that. Are there any?
Working with you.
Oh, thank you. Are there any other pieces for open discussion? All right. Are there any announcements?
Just a reminder to everyone, tell your friends who are students at Missouri Western to hop on our giveaway while they can. It closes tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And they can find it simply by going to our Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter pages, and we'll have the link posted there.
Yeah, and you can also like repost the flyer for it and all the links and stuff. That would probably help as well. Are there any other announcements?
Take care of yourselves. We're almost done with the semester. Make sure to study, but also like do stuff for yourself because this can be stressful, but take care of yourself also.
Yes, I definitely agree. Finals is just around the corner. We're almost there, guys. I think it's great that we even made it this far to the semester. So just finish out strong. I know we can do it. Are there any other announcements? All right, I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Okay, thank you. And this meeting is adjourned at 1:31 p.m. Thank you guys so much for being here and participating in our last meeting of the semester. And I look forward to seeing you all